So I like a lot of things, but some of them are so simple and random, they kind of come out of nowhere. And so I present to you 10 random things that I like, in no particular order. Number 1, pine cones. I don't know why, but I find pine cones really appealing, especially if I can find the perfect pine cone. No bent or broken quills, no dirt or sap on it, a nice full size. Beautiful. I have a shelf in my room with at least 10 pine cones sitting on it. Some of them are tiny baby ones and they are so cute. I have a friend who has a massive pine cone sitting on their coffee table. It's like the size of a guinea pig, or bigger. I remember when I was little I couldn't pick up pine cones without gloves because they were too pointy. But now it kind of seems like none of them are that sharp anymore and I can just pick them up and hold them however I like. Okay, number 2. Sharp pencils. Okay, come on, sharp pencils are amazing. They're beautiful, they're perfect, they're pointy, they look deadly. I'll stop there. But I really don't like dull pencils. Sharp pencils show that they've either never been used or they've just been sharpened. A sharp pencil is a pencil of potential. A sharp pencil is a pencil of possibilities. Oh, try saying that 10 times fast. Anyway, sharp pencils are awesome and they are so satisfying. I think you get my point. Number 3. Skulls. Well, skeletons in general, actually. I just really like bones. I think they're probably one of the only parts of anatomy that aren't squishy and gross. I have 2 skulls sitting in my desk in my room. One of them is bigger and kind of has these cool designs etched into it, while the other is small and pretty normal. I like to call it my baby skull because it's so small and I like to set it on top of the bigger one. I also have skull and crossbow earrings and a Minecraft skeleton plush in my bed. Oh, and I can also make a pretty good sketch of a skeletal hand and forearm. We also have the skeleton sitting in a chair in our living room that's about the size of a full-grown person, like 5-ish feet. We found it in a store as some sort of Halloween decoration, but it was the most accurate decoration skeleton I had ever seen. Alright, number 4. Pumpkins. Pumpkins are so cute, and I love going to the pumpkin patch in the autumn months. Pumpkins are so pretty, they smell good, and since they're seasonal, I think that makes them a little easier to appreciate. Pumpkin seeds are good too. I like it when my dad roasts them and we put salt and butter on them. Whenever I'm picking out my pumpkin, I like to look for a medium-sized one with a stem. And I tend not to like the ones with dirt on them, but I like ones with a light scrape on the side because I think that gives my pumpkin character. This past year though, I found this kind of tall, oval-shaped pumpkin. It lacked a stem, which normally would have repelled me, but I couldn't pass up its unique shape. Also last year, I discovered the amazingness of this particular carving tool that we had in a kit. I don't know where we got it from, we just have it. Anyway, normally I don't carve my pumpkin, I just take a Sharpie and draw a face on it. This tool, however, changed all that. You see, it doesn't cut into the pumpkin, per se, but it peels off the pumpkin's skin. When I found this thing, I was like, whoa, I have got to do something with this. So after kind of tampering around with it for a little bit, I carved out this really cool wolf into the pumpkin's skin. I was super proud of it. It looks like this. Number 5. Rocks. Rocks are really neat. I have a large collection of various rocks sitting in this little mini dresser in my closet. Some of the rocks have crystals in them, some of them have really cool shapes or colors, and others are just plain old rocks. But they're still cool. I have this one rock that has a bunch of these weird holes in it, and it kind of looks like a hornet nest. It's a little freaky. I'm not sure where I got it, though. I also have some rocks that are colored red, and they look super cool. Number 6. Quarks. I'm actually not entirely sure why I find quarks so appealing. They're just so simple and cute. I also like how spongy they are. Sometimes we go to this craft store nearby and look around at stuff, and there will be this one aisle that has a couple of shelves on it that is just loaded with glass bottles, vials, and jars of all sizes with corks in them. I also have this little keychain in my room that a friend gave me, and it's a little tiny bottle with sand and seashells in it, and it has a cork plugging it up. Sometimes I like to carefully remove the cork and just sit there and admire it. Number 7. Smooth sticks. I really like it when I find sticks with no bark on them. Sometimes I can find the perfect stick where it has no bark, it's not dirty, no ants are on it, it's not cracked or broken, and it's almost completely straight. These sticks are the best sticks. I remember when my brothers and I were little, we would go outside and play this game where we would pretend to be in a wolf pack. We would collect sticks, and if they made the right sound when we dropped them onto the sidewalk, we would peel all the bark off, or cut it off with Amethyst's pocket knife, and pretend they were bones. I think I might still have one or two of those sticks sitting in my room somewhere. Wow, we finished number 7 already? Well, we still have 3 more to go, so stick with me. Number 8. Moss. We have a few places in our neighborhood where moss will grow in pretty large amounts. It's so pretty too, because it'll take on this really nice green color. I also like how soft it is. I've told my parents before that when I get my own house, I think it'd be funny to just forget having a grass yard and go for all moss. Number 9. The sound of cracking ice. Yeah. But not the sound of like ice cubes shattering or any of those ice cracking sounds you'll find on YouTube, like this one. No, that sounds, just awful. I mean the kind of ice cracking noise you hear in movies, like The Polar Express, when the frozen river is splitting up. It sounds so cool and powerful. Before I go on to my next point, how about another pun? I'm sure it'll crack you up. Ha! Okay, enough of that. Going on to number 10. Plain glazed donuts. But not in the way you're thinking. I mean, yeah, I like donuts and they're delicious and all that, but plain glazed are special. You see, I like the way the glazing acts if I take a fork and press it gently into it. The glaze kind of turns white and crackles up a little bit, sort of like the way a car windshield acts when the glass gets broken. I find it very appealing. Hooray! That's all 10 of the random things that I like. There's actually a bucket load of other stuff I could mention, but I thought 10 was a pretty good number to settle for. Anyway, thanks for watching!